I am now live at YVR. It's a Convair 580 special live show this morning. Okay, we're just firing up the show here. It's a bit early. We've already our show up today. We've got a bit of a change in the weather, so I thought I'd just come out, get the show going with the 580s, the Convair 580s. So that's the plan. We're here at the Marybird Park, runway 08. Just doing my social media posts right now. I'm not even in the chat right now. I'm just talking to you guys just to let you guys know that I am here. And we'll be opening up my chat shortly, but I would like to welcome you to the show. Hope everybody's doing well. It's just, as I say, an early start because of the weather. Possible rains coming our way, but I just want to avoid those rains, and it's forecast to be fairly dry right now this morning. So I hope everybody's doing well. As I say, I'll be in the chat pretty soon here. Okay, I think I'm going to open up the chat now. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's go to my... Okay, Lead Avies number 1, One Av Geek Girl number 2. Welcome to the show, and Father Norman number 3. I'd like to welcome you guys to the show. I'm now officially in the chat. And we are here at YVR. It's early start today. Hope everybody is doing well. Runway 08 at this moment. So we'll see how that might change. You never know. Never know. But as I say, my focus right now is on the Convair 580s. In theory, we should have 3 departures. Hello, Tony Rivers and Lee Bracewell. Nice to see you guys here as well. This is what we're here for, right here. 1, 2, 3 Convair 580s. The big news is that apparently this might be the last week of pure Convair 580 operations. I've been told by one of our viewers, Lucas, from Kelowna, that next week Kelowna Flightcraft will be possibly putting one of the ATRs onto the route, replacing one of these 580s. So that's the news that we have right now. So that's it. This may be an historic show for us. I'm trying to catch them all I can. Exactly, Lee. Hi, David. David Underwood, good to see you. This is possibly an historic show for us because, as I say, it's the 3 Convair 580s. And they've been operating at this field for 40 years. Kelowna Flightcraft have been operating Purelator and other courier contracts with these aircraft here at YVR going back to the, I'd say, 1982-83 time frame. So yes, over 43 years, and the era is now coming to an end, literally right now, today, this coming week. So it's major history that we're experiencing right here with these Convair 580s, and of course the stretched Convair there on the far left, which is the Convair 5800. And hopefully we'll be able to see all three of these aircraft depart in the next few hours. The local time is 6:16 a.m. Pacific time, so early start, but I definitely wanted to be here for us to see this. You can see, I think we've got, all airplanes have cargo doors open. Yes, the 5800 has its door open, and then the 580 KFG has its cargo door open, and KFZ also has its cargo door open. So the three aircraft are being loaded, and I am anticipating that all three aircraft will fly out today. So in one form or another, we're gonna see what's going on here, and that'll be fantastic, actually. So we do have some landings here, Dash 8s and whatnot, but I'm just really focusing on the Convair 580s. When they're not here, we can focus on other stuff. So yeah, you are watching the YVR live show. My name is Henry Tenby. This is the JetFlix channel here on YouTube, and it's a cool day. Today's Thursday, the 12th of June, 2025. We've had a breakdown in the weather. Yesterday we were in the mid-20s. We're 10 degrees cooler now. It's about 11 degrees Celsius right now as I talk to you here from the field. So the weather forecast has been for maybe passing rain showers. Hopefully that does not come to fruition, and we're able to spend the next couple hours here under dry conditions. That is my wish for us. So hopefully we're going to be just fine, and that's going to be great. Lee Davies, thank you so much. Lee Davies gifted 1 JetFlix membership. Congratulations to Dr. John for picking up that membership. You can watch our exclusive content now, Dr. John, here on the channel, including our part 2 of the Hawker Siddeley 748 two-part series that we uploaded last week. So yeah, congratulations, Dr. John. Thank you so much, Lee Davies, for that very kind donation. As I say, nice weather here. It's not hot, not boiling hot, not sweltering heat, which is good. I'm grateful for that. I'm very comfortable and layered up. I've got my 3 layers on, and I feel good. Feel good about it, and everything is comfortable here at the airfield this morning, which is nice. And what have we got happening here? We've got a Air Canada A320 on approach. Maybe I'll point the camera there in just a second. And again, we can turn the radios on. Maybe we can hear some of these Convairs call for startup. In a second, I'll bring the camera down and we'll maybe have a look at the Airbus landing. So all 3 cargo doors are still open on the Convair, so we can't determine which aircraft will be the first to start engines at this point until we have the first aircraft close its cargo door. Here's our A320 on approach. Inbound from Edmonton, from Yeg. It's the Air Canada 231 service. Departed Yeg 1 hour and 15 minutes ago. So folks, I'd like to welcome you to the Convair 580 show. This is a yeoman's service of the Convair 580s out of Vancouver International. A320 bites down. Yeah, nice to be here. I'm here nice and early. That's a good point. Lee Davies says, by the way, for the subscribers who opted in from the gifts, who've received the gift memberships, you don't have to be online to receive them. That's a good point. What else have we got on approach here? We've got a FedEx 767 on approach to this runway. Yeah, it's a nice view, isn't it? Not a bad view. I agree with one Avgeek. It's quite a different view. It's quite a different view. We're gonna watch the FedEx now on approach here at YVR. They're a bit distant, but you can see them fluttering onto the. There we go. There's the FedEx. It's a FedEx 767. Departed Memphis 4 hours and 3 minutes ago. Okay, the Convair 5800 has closed its cargo door. So once this FedEx is down, we'll point the camera over at the 5800. So hello, Glenn's Aviation Love. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to our Convair 580 show. So yeah, so we've got a, this is FedEx 767. Did I say it was a 200? It's a FedEx 767-300 freighter. The flight number is FedEx Flight 142. See if I can get focus, please. There we go. We got focus. Oh, look at that. That's kind of neat. That is neat. Good sync rate there on the 7.6. Hello, Karen Monson. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Good morning to you. Oh, yeah. There's FedEx greasing it down. Isn't that a beautiful sight to behold this Thursday morning here at YVR, Vancouver International? My name is Henry Tenby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Great way to start the show with a FedEx 767 with spoilers up, coming at us, bearing down at 100 miles an hour as she bleeds off the speed. Hello, Ultimate Sim Gamer. There's the FedEx taking the high speed. Nice to see FedEx there. 7.6. We don't always get to see the FedEx in our show, so nice that we got it here for sure. Let me show you what's happening with the Convair. There we go. The 5800 has shut its door. So that's probably going to be our first departure. And I think that aircraft heads over to Victoria. So that's probably going to be starting engines in the next few minutes. I think. Therefore I am a Convair 580 enthusiast. The big one is the first to go, exactly, Lee. Glenn's Aviation Love got his flights to BA to San Francisco, WestJet to San Fran, coming up to Calgary and Vancouver, then Vancouver back to London on AC. Well, they still have the door open on the 5800. Here comes the FedEx. There's a max landing, but I think I'm just gonna hold on the taxiway here with the FedEx. It's a nice view for us. 767 action's always top notch. Look at the tails there. Isn't that nice? I like that. Nice, beautiful. Nice lineup there of tails for us. Cargo jets. It's a cargo morning here at YVR for us diehards. Yeah, FedEx is looking awesome with the taxi in. The wedgie jet tails in the background. Good stuff. Love it. Yeah, this is nice for us to see on our YVR show.
2875 ground traffic is a dash 8 just passing behind you now in the alleyway going to gate 85. Just to give way, then push back to discretion. Push back our discretion out
They might push the 5800 back right after this FedEx clears the ramp area behind them.
Juliet Alpha to the apron. Watch up here, Victor, ground stay this frequency, taxi via Juliet, Mike 7, cross runway 08 left, November 7 UPS.
Yes. Okay. Isn't this nice? Isn't this a nice view? Beauty. Beauty. Okay. So I think let's see what happens with the Convairs behind this. We'll let the FedEx clear the back ramp. Glenn can't wait to get back to Canada, and it's costing me £3,000 to £4,000 less being your own travel agent. We got a little FedEx commuter there taxing out. So they still haven't pulled up the passenger or the front door on the 5800. Cargo door is open on KFG, and cargo door is open on KFZ. So good action here for sure. So if you're joining the show, you are watching the YVR live show. My name is Henry Tenby. We are at Vancouver International Airport, Larry Berg Park. We're set up with the cameras pointed at the Convair ramp. And, well, what can I say? It is getting towards the end of an era. Today is Thursday, the 12th of June, 2025. And this may very well be the last week of full-on Convair 580 operations here at Vancouver International. I've heard it from a reliable source that Kelowna Flightcraft is possibly putting their first ATR 42 freighter into service next week, replacing one of these Convair 580s. So it means we'll be down to two 580s and one ATR. And I guess between now and the end of the year, they'll phase out the other two Convairs. So this could very well be the last time that we have three active Convair 580s before us here on the show. So I've been spotting at this airport for 50 plus years. And these Convairs have been active here, flying cargo, bag runs, for various courier companies since the early 80s. So I've been witnessing these Convairs for a long time, a very long time. I think we are going to have action here because they have pulled the forward air stairs up on the 5800. So that looks like they're going to do a pushback on KFS, and we'll have some Allison engine action. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Sky Warrior. Good day. I don't know what the fate is of the Convairs. Ultimate Sim Gamer says, I hope they find a good home for them. Don't know if they're going to scrap them, sell them. I believe 50-50 probably will happen. Some will be scrapped. Well, the 5800 won't be scrapped. That'll probably go on to live on to see another day. Petition the company. You'll have better luck trying to get an audience with the king, in my opinion. Kelowna Flightcraft is a very enthusiast-unfriendly company. They couldn't, you know, they really aren't bothered about what enthusiasts want, or they're not prepared to help enthusiasts in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, they couldn't give a sod about us. That's Kelowna Flightcraft for you. I don't have too much to say regarding their being enthusiast friendly. Okay, 5800's pushing. There we go. Nice. This aircraft will be heading to Victoria International. KFS. So I suspect this airplane will be in service towards the end of the year. Stretched Convair 580. Its modification was performed in-house by Kelowna Flightcraft in the mid-90s. No, they don't give two hoots. KFC, as I say, they're not going to help us, so. But I love the airplanes. I do love the Convairs, and it's great that we do have them here at Vancouver. We get to see them. We get to soak up the sooty, smoky action, and that's awesome. Long may it continue, but it won't. It won't. The Convair 580s are a rare breed in the year 2025, so I consider us lucky to be able to witness this amazing action here on our show together. Okay, they're just gonna, I guess they're gonna drag it somewhere a little bit forward to do the ceremonial engine start. Okay, that's probably where it's going to start up. Disconnect. Wow! Wow! I am so happy that we're here watching the Convair 580 action together, guys. Just going to disconnect that baby. My observations over the last few weeks have been that the 580s go to up to Kamloops, and the 580 is pretty consistently on the Kamloops run. Kamloops up to Prince George. Is it Prince George? I think it is. I think it goes Kamloops, Prince George, and then the 5800 that we have in camera now is consistently on the Vancouver Victoria run, and that's about a 10-minute flight from here. So we're just waiting for them to disconnect. I think maybe they have. Yeah, the tug is now pulling away from the aircraft. And pretty soon we'll start to see the air engines come to life. And Lee Davies, thank you so much. Lee has gifted a JetFlix membership, and congratulations to Sky Warrior for picking that up. Karen says Convair is a Canadian airline. No, Convair is the maker of this airplane. This airplane is a Convair 580. These are Convair 580s that were built in the mid-1950s. This particular aircraft was modified in the mid-90s, stretched, and they redesignated it as a Convair 5800. But it's essentially a Convair 580. So Convair General Dynamics is based in San Diego. They were a major airframe manufacturer. And the operator is a company called Kelowna Flightcraft, based in Kelowna, British Columbia. Hence the KF on the tail. So that's, okay, we've got the beacons on. The beacons are on, which means the engines will be starting very shortly on this beautiful 5800. Yowzers. It's just doing the final checks. Waiting for engine start. Great that we're seeing this all together. Yeah, I really appreciate that support, Lee. Thank you for your donation. Mega appreciate it. But yeah, it's it's a rare thing to see operating 1950s generation airliners in the year 2025. And this airplane, this one that we're looking at right now, is 70 years old. It was built in the year 1955. Today is the year 2025. It is exactly 70 years old. Yeah, there we go. Starboard engine is starting. Beautiful. That is a beautiful sight to behold. Beautiful. And it is nice to see, I agree with Lee Davies, it's nice to see the cargo jet in the background. Nice backdrop for us. My pleasure, Karen. My pleasure. It's all good factual, historic information for the record, so that when aviation enthusiasts and viewers watch this video in future months and years, they will have the answer to the question that you very wisely asked. Thank you so much for asking that question. That's great. So the starboard side engine is now at good RPM. They'll be starting the port side engine any second. Wow, there we go. Oh, yes. Yes, beautiful. Engines are alive. Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn the radio off to see if we can maybe hear the aircraft better. Not sure if our camera has the powerful audio pickup to capture that. Oh, but what a sight that is. I love it. I just love it. Beautiful, beautiful sight. Isn't that nice? Well, I hope you guys are enjoying that. Yeah, Lee Davies, engines alive with sound of music. Yes. Wow. Wow. Yeah, the wind is drowning out the noise. I know. It's a shame, isn't it? Not much I can do. Yeah, I can hear the wind. The mic is pointed right at it, and I do have a very high quality condenser mic. But, well, the aircraft's on its own steam right now. Well, at least we're going to have be able to, one departure. And they've closed the cargo door on the Convair 580 that's closest to us. So I'll bring the camera around to that here in just a second. So, yeah, they're already pushing it back, believe it or not. But yeah, it can't be in two places at once, can we? Don't worry. This one's on it taxing, so we'll just be back there in just a second. It's going everywhere. Okay. Isn't that neat to have two Convairs on the move here at Vancouver International on our show? Okay. So, let me just bring the camera. Here's our other Convair right here. They're pushing it back right now. KFZ is being pushed back. And so we're on runway 08, so the aircraft in theory should take off towards us. I've yet to have a morning visit here this year with runway 26. It would be way better with runway 26, but it is what it is. Just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. So, Ultimate Sim Gamer says Caspian Airlines operates a 54-year-old 747. Oh, that's neat. Good for, that's good for them. 54-year-old 747. Wow. That's right, Karen. The wind sound is the part of the plane spotting. I agree. Glad you're enjoying at least what we can see, Lee. Yeah, Caspian Airlines is an Iranian-based company, so they're under sanctions, and they can't legally acquire modern aircraft from any of the Western aircraft builders as long as the state of Iran pursues their nuclear programs. So they're using vintage airliners that they're able to pick up on the tertiary market, and they're able to keep them going through their own ingenuity, and that's why Iran does operate very geriatric aircraft. But yeah, it is interesting for sure that they have a 54-year-old 747 in service. Okay, so KFZ, this is a Convair 580, purebred Convair 580, and next week, it's our understanding that Kelowna Flightcraft will put a ATR 42 into revenue service right here out of Vancouver, replacing possibly this very aircraft. So, yeah. Isn't that interesting? It's very interesting, if I dare say so. That's a neat view, isn't it? Oh, there we go. They're starting up. Isn't that... Oh, look at that. Isn't that sweet? Double Convair tails for us. It's just a beautiful sight. I love it. Glad you're enjoying the stream, John. We've got John Probert in the chat. Did the RCAF operate the Convairs as the Cosmopolitan? Yes, they did. They absolutely did. I think they were phased out about 30 years ago. I'd say mid-90s. Yes, and just for the record, at the time, I knew an aviation legend here in Canada. His name was Albert Ethier of Saskatchewan. He owned Norcan Air, and he was a good friend of mine. On another day, I'll tell how I met and became good friends with Albert. He was an entrepreneur, an engineer, an airline owner, and he purchased the Convair fleet from the Government of Canada when they retired those aircraft from military service. But look at this. Isn't that a nice view? Both engines are running. What a sight. I love this. KFZ starting engines. We need to have no wind to be able to hear that. Yeah. We're just paying our respects to the mighty Convairs. The 5800 is taxiing into position. We can't, I think, yeah, so I'm going to try and do my best. Isn't that interesting? We have two Convairs literally moving right now. I'm going to do my best to get both of them because we don't want to miss the Convair 5800 taking off. But what a view. What a view. Loving it. This is just spectacular. This is a Convair 580 show today, and we promised it, and you're getting it. Full dose, guys and gals, ladies and gents, boys and girls. This is the Convair 580 show. I hope you're enjoying the 580 show. So let's move over to the button of the runway there, because there's the 5800. We do have a lander. What is that? It looks like a Cessna. Yeah. Wow. And the 5800 is now busting a move, taxiing into position for its departure towards us. I'll do my best for a to film the takeoff and follow it out as it makes the turn over to Victoria. Look at the smoke. You can see the smoke behind the 5800 there. Okay, as I said, I'm going to do my best here to track this out for you guys and gals, and hopefully we can do this as best I can. Come on, focus. Won't focus on us. It is rolling. It is rolling towards us. And it's up. Up, up. I will do my best. It's going to literally fly right over my head, so I am going to have to let it go out of frame. Oh, there's the turn to Victoria. Let's see if I can intercept it, guys. I'll do my best, because it is difficult. Yeah, it's literally on top of my head, unfortunately. So, very difficult for me to do that. Impossible, unfortunately. Let's see if I can intercept it there. It's in the cloud. It's in done. Yeah, it wasn't as good as I had hoped for, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, it did get into the cloud very, very quickly. So, oh well. The other Convair should present itself here shortly. Maybe it won't make that kind of a turn, but there it is. There it is right there. So here's Convair number 2. I'll just do my best, as I say, to oh, the Airbus is going first. Well, John Probert says, seen one of these once, a preserved example at Duxford. Scrap. U.S. Navy colors. Yes. Okay. So right now on departure, we have a Delta Airlines A320 heading to Minneapolis. So we have one more Convair 580 departure. That goes at about 7:30, so in about 40 minutes. So at least we get 3 tries at these. There's the Delta rolling. Keeping both aircraft in frame as best I can. Very quickly. Convair's moving, so I think we're gonna. No, it's not actually, because it's holding for a lander. We've got a Dash 8 landing. Dash 8 inbound. Dash 8 is inbound from Terrace, Air Canada Jazz, actually. There it is, it's landing. And the Convair. Why is it that as soon as I... There we go. Convair is moving on to the active, runway 08 right. Dash 8 makes its way off the ramp. Let's see if this airplane, if it doesn't fly right on top of my head, I'll just do the, well, it will fly on top of my head. I'll just do the best I can. Hopefully we can see as much as we can before it disappears into the cloud. So this is Convair number 2. And notice that it doesn't show up on flight radar. It's invisible on flight radar. It is rolling. Focus, isn't that a shame that it goes out of focus like that? Very frustrating. Bugs. But it is a nice view. Let's see where he goes into the clouds. I'll just do the best I can, guys and gals. There it goes. Yeah, I'll have to. I'll see if I'll just move the tripod around, see if I can get it. That's all I can do. Yeah, it's right on top of my head right now, and we'll see if I can get it again. No, it's gone in the cloud, sadly. So that was that. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We do have one more Convair here on the field, right there, KFG, which will depart, I believe, in about 40 minutes. So that's what we're here for, is these aircraft, these Convairs. I wish it was runway 26, but as I say, I have not yet been out to the airport this year for a morning show and have a runway 26. So obviously it's much better if it is runway 26. I will continue doing this throughout the summer, coming out here in the morning to try to get a runway 26 morning. At least we will have 2 of the Convairs in service, I believe, throughout the summer. We are told that an ATR 42 will be replacing one of these aircraft next week. So, one Av Geek Girl says, I can hear the faint engine sound in my backyard. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Wow. Incredible. Interesting. So yeah, interesting times that these are, you know, with the Convairs. For sure. They're just doing the loading. They're closing the cargo door there on the behind the cockpit windows. Forward starboard side cargo door, and the ground tech is coming down off the loading belt. KFG. Yeah, the wind noise is unfortunate. I'm glad I came out this morning. It's a very big change in the weather we've had. It was lovely and warm yesterday. Today is cool, cloudy. We may have passing rain showers. So I did want to come out here early to do the show without having a water issue. I'll just open this up and present myself. Okay. Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. My name is Henry Tenby. We're at Vancouver International Airport. This is Larry Berg Park. And today is Thursday, the 12th of June, 2025. This is a special Convair 580 show because this is probably the last time we and I will ever see 3 Convair 580s perform here at Vancouver, just because next week the very first ATR 42 is expected to go into service, replacing one of the 580s. So and by the end of the year they're all going to be gone. That's what we understand the situation is. But I'd like to welcome you to the show. We have a change in weather. We have cloud and much cooler temperatures and possibility of rain. But it is forecast to be dry this very early, which is right now. That's why I did a early start to the show, so that we can minimize the risk of rain interference. So that's why we're here. Larry Berg Park, we're on runway 08, so we're just going to be able to see what we can see. That's really about it. This other Convair 580 right behind me should depart in about half an hour. So just doing the best we can. We've got a few takeoffs while we're here as well. I should point out that my book, From Lodestars to Jets, is almost sold out. I only have about 12 copies remaining here. So if you're interested in buying the book, it'll probably sell out in the next month or two, I would suspect. Yes, a dozen copies remain. So almost sold out. The book, when it's sold out, it will be sold out forever. And it is a heavy book. It's about 4 pounds, and it's 300 pages, hardbound, on the history of Trans-Canada Airlines. It covers the period 1943 to 1964. So if you don't have the book and you're watching this video, do consider purchasing it if you'd like to have a copy for your library. I thought I'd point that out. What else can I tell you guys? Well, it's been an interesting week in aviation. Don't know if you heard, but we've had 2 airlines go bust over the last month. what am I saying? Over the last few days, actually, the biggest one, of course, is Air Asia. Air Asia of not Air Asia. What the heck? Jetstar Asia, I should say. Jetstar Asia's they're shutting down Jetstar Asia. They're still going to have Jetstar Australia running, but Jetstar Asia, I believe, is closing their operations. Oh, and also Japan is there. Yeah, Jetstar Japan and Jetstar Australia, they're staying, but the other one is closing, and they couldn't viably keep the operation going. And the other airline to cease operations is the Caribbean Southern Florida commuter airline called Silver. They announced yesterday that they were also ceasing operations. So sad to see two airlines call it quits. That's unfortunate. So, but that's the way it goes in the airline industry. Airlines come and go, and that's the state of those two carriers. So I'm going to climb back behind the camera right now and stop the camera down. And we can zoom back in. WestJet taking off. It goes right above my head. There's the Cessna Caravan. Sorry, it's not very exciting, unfortunately. Lee Davies, thank you so much, Lee. Very much appreciate your very kind support. There's the Caravans taking off. Okay, hang on. Well, a little bit. What have we got here? Air Canada, or that's United taxing out down there towards the end of the runway. The cargo jets. Showing you guys the lay of the land. Oh, look at this. This is kind of interesting. They're towing a WestJet over from the maintenance side. Is that being towed? Yeah, there's a tow truck in front of it. So they're gonna, when safe, they're gonna tow the WestJet across the active runway. And then what's going on? There we go. Here comes the flare turning onto the active. Flare is going to San Francisco as Flare 1846. What can I say? Well, just kind of waiting here for our next Convair to depart. flare. No, this is, first of all, we've got a Cessna Caravan. So, okay. Flare should be rolling shortly. Okay, they're pulling the WestJet now. Cross. Coming from maintenance on the south side. One of these days, we'll eventually get lucky and have runway 26 for the morning show. Okay. It's just so rare, you know, to come out here and have runway 26 in the early morning. I don't know why it's consistently runway 08 in the morning. I'm trying to get the camera to focus, but it seems to have a devil of a time. The lights throw it off, I think, on the airplane. And pretty sure that's what it is, those lights. It's Flare heading to San Francisco. That's it. The airplane goes right above my head. I cannot pan the camera like that, unfortunately. And what have we got next? United Airlines A320 heading to San Francisco. Wow. Some small airplanes taxiing out. There's the WestJet under tow. CRJ under tow. I can show you guys the south side, I guess. Helicopter. There's the south. This is where we do our south side shows from. You can see the North Caribou RJ. I called it a CRJ. Biz jets. Lots of Fair bit of BizJet activity here. Showing you guys the FBOs. Central Mountain is being taxied about there, Dash 8. And here's all the BizJets. Look at all the BizJets. Tons of BizJets. Dash 8s. Quite a few BizJets for sure. That's a busy BizJet ramp. Interesting, isn't it? So that gives you an idea of the lay of the land on the south side. So right now we've got our United Airlines 1449 for San Francisco on the roll. There it is. I think that's it. Yeah. That doesn't look like, I don't know what that is actually. My flight radar may not be working right. It looks like maybe this is, I don't know. I just don't know. Porter Embraer is what that was. So. To get the focus. And a propeller plane coming up at us. Beach 1900. I'm just waiting for the Convair, guys. That's really what I'm waiting for right now. Is the third Convair 580. I'm waiting for this aircraft here. Right there. So, this is why we're here, really. Just to see these as best we can. So, just do the best we can. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah, Porter had the name on the belly. That's something that's different to see. Yeah, Millionaire, they've been around for a long time here at YVR for sure, and I think they have FBOs across the United States. But yeah. The battery's at 20%, so just kind of while we're relaxing here, maybe I'll just what we'll do is we'll swap the battery out now, and just so we don't have to do it later. So let's just do that now. I'll do a battery change. So we're gonna do a battery change right this very second, guys. So let's, I'll do a countdown. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'll be back in just a second once I finish the battery change. So just give me 1 second, and we'll be back here. Yeah, battery's at 100% now, so that's good. The current time is 7:16 a.m. and This Convair should leave in about 5 or 10 minutes, I believe. Maybe, I don't know, around 7:30 is my understanding when this Convair departs. So it's too bad they don't change runways to 26. It would be very helpful for us. It would be great. One of these days, we're going to get lucky, and we're going to be able to come out here in the morning and have runway 26 and see a Convair depart. That would be amazing. We've got all summer to give it a try. By the way, my birthday's coming up in the next short while, so I'm going to be giving myself a break from the show, but for the next 2 weeks I'll be doing relaxing, and so yeah, I'll be back the first week of July, so our show will resume the first week of July. Just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be taking just some time off for the next couple weeks from my birthday, and just to kind of unplug from the things that I normally do. So I'll be back to our show first week of July, and then we'll have the whole summer. We'll have the whole summer, and hopefully the weather will be good, and we'll come out here in the morning and we'll hopefully get some Convair action. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. Hello, GX Host and MiG-17. One Afghan girl says there is a reason for the names on the belly. So yeah, they're just loading the 580. What else can I tell you guys? GX Host is watching from Abbotsford. How's the weather in Abbotsford? I guess it's like this, cloudy and cool. Big change in the weather here in Vancouver. Big change. And we're at Vancouver Airport at the Maryburg Park, actually. I'm set up on the concrete, and they're just loading the Convair, as you can see. Yeah, it would be lucky if they changed the runway. Thank you very much, Rob. Appreciate that. My birthday's coming up towards the end of the month. Yes, happy early birthday. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. And John, thank you very much. Rob says Emirates is well known for the name on the belly. Thank you for the birthday wishes, folks. I appreciate it. Yeah, so as I say, I'll be just taking a little bit of breather time, you know, away from my work and stuff for the next couple of weeks. But I will be back. I'll be back in early July, and looking forward to that as well. You can see the birds flying around. It's a nice view, the Convair 580, isn't it? It's a good looking airplane. GXO says it's 12 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy. Yeah, so it's the same as YVR. Not too much difference between Abbotsford and YVR right now. We got a biz jet maybe on the runway. Maybe. It's hard to tell. As I say, it's a change of weather. It's really quite cool, much cooler. Well, what else can I tell you guys? It's a quiet morning here. Obviously, I'm the only person around. There's nobody walking their dog or out for a jog, just because the weather is not beautiful, right? If it was sunny and warm, people would be out here jogging and with their dogs and that kind of thing, but none of that today, really. Hello, Rob. Greetings from New Zealand. I got acquainted with that concrete platform last summer. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Rob. Hope you're doing well in New Zealand. Well, they just closed the cargo door on the Convair, so that's a good sign. As I say, I think it's around a 7:30 departure on the Convair. So our third Convair departure for today. KFG. As I said, this may very well be the Convair that gets retired next week when they put the ATR into service. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts and minds of men? Sorry about the quote. Well, cloudy Thursday morning, zero sunlight. Well said, MiG-17. Yeah. Noise Bloom says they have an ATR. Well, they're replacing all of the Convairs with ATR 42 freighters, so that's what they're doing. So that's what's happening. Not long until summertime in Vancouver. It's very, very fickle, our summertime in Vancouver. June can be a lousy month here in Vancouver. It can be rainy, cold, miserable. It's definitely a July and August thing, our summer here in Vancouver. After Canada Day, boom, summer gets here. Sunny and hot. 8 weeks of sun and hot and heat. That's how it works in Vancouver. But the month of June is very, very fickle, I would say. Can be not good. So, it's just how it is. That's what my life experience of summers in Vancouver. Yeah, Thursday morning, zero sunlight. Thank goodness I have my layers on, so I'm not shivering or anything. I had coffee before I left the house. So I feel good. I'm comfortable. I'm not hungry. I don't have hungry pains. Don't have to use the facilities. Not that there are any near here. So that's not an issue. One Avgeek girl says, June can be like mid-November, as cold and windy. Yes, it can. It absolutely can. I've had a friend visit from the UK in the month of June a couple times. And it's been lousy, rainy, terrible weather for him. So it's just part of the makeup of the land here. It is what it is. But this runway 08 stuff is a load of nonsense. So, anyhow, we're just kind of watching the Convair 580. It's kind of the most interesting thing on the field at this moment. What can we say? Rob says, I was in Vancouver at this time in June and it was warm. Yeah, it's cold. Well, yesterday was warm. Yesterday we had mid-20s, but right now we've got 12. So it's very, very, very subject to change. Yeah. Hello, YXX Plane Spotter. Welcome to the show, YXX Plane Spotter. Nice to see you. Always nice to have YXX in the house. Good timing, YXX Plane Spotter. You're going to get to see KFG push off, stand, and start up its Allison engines with its standard Aero Products 501 props. I love the standard Aero Products props with square blades. The ham standard props with the round tips aren't. I don't like them as much as I like the standard Aero Products square tip props on the 580. Yeah, standard Aero Products are for me, not ham standard. Looks like we're getting ready for showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seats. We're going to have a Convair 580 starting up very shortly on our show. I can't wait. I have the most spectacular scenery around. Yes, that's true. Thank you so much, John. I'm very grateful for that. We do. We are cognizant of it. We appreciate it. And yes, we have a beautiful scenery of mountains and ocean. It is lovely, for sure. Hello, Avs 47. Welcome to the show, Avs. AVS 47. So they still have the forward passenger stairs down on the aircraft. Isn't that interesting that the Convair 580 has an integral air stair? That's weight, right? That's some serious weight. But the airplane's a very powerful aircraft with its two Allison engines. It's essentially the same engine that powers the C-130 Hercules. So it's half a Hercules. You could think of it as half a Hercules. The Hercules has 4 of those engines, and the Convair has 2 of them. So yeah, it carries around all that heft of the forward integral air stairs. You can see people milling around, milling about, hauling cones around. So hopefully it signifies that they're getting ready to depart this aircraft. Yep, half a Hercules. One AvGeek girl says conveyor belt still attached. At the back. Yes, half a Hercules. Yeah, they need. That's a good saying, right? Half a Hercules. They're milling about, right? Ground techs are milling about. Okay, yeah. Now there's trucks around. Yeah, no more air, no more. They've closed the cargo door. They've closed the main cargo door on the aircraft on the other side, and we can see people in vests walking around. So let's see. Oh, hang on. My mic blew off my camera. That's highly unusual. Highly unusual. Weird stuff. Lock that down. There we go. Better. I can't. Sorry, guys. I'm just. What happened was the wind blew the mic off the top of my camera, so it just kind of threw things around there. Sorry about that. Good morning, Philip Ansett. Wow, 26 degrees Celsius in the UK. Yes. And YVR Gophers heading to Calgary for G7 arrivals. Okay, we'll have a very good trip in Calgary, YVR Gopher. Hope you have a very successful visit to Calgary and G7 arrivals. Say hello to all the dignitaries for me. Hope they bring in some nice aircraft. I'm sure that it'll be a very interesting time at Calgary Airport. Okay, come on, Convair. Convair. Yeah, the camera's actually, the wind is blowing my tripod, which is just, it's blowing the airplane off of center frame there. Strange. Yeah. Come on, Convair, let's have some action. The current time is 7:35. This is about the time of the Convair's departure, so it should head out very shortly. They've got an air start unit or some kind of power cart there behind. Now the airplane does have an APU as well, so we know that from my Victoria video from last week. Yeah. You see the bounce on the camera? That's because of the wind. Believe it. The wind is, even as minimal as it is, it's still able to bounce the camera a bit. Yeah, that's interesting. It is what it is. Well, well, guys, I don't know what else to say, really. I was hoping, I mean, the amount of, it's like what happened to the YVR departures, right? Like, where did, are people not flying anywhere? It's like strange. We've had a few jet departures, but not that many. I remember being out here when they've actually been on runway 26 and having it lined up with traffic down here and aircraft waiting to take off. It's just weird. What happened? Did they shut the airport down? I'm looking at even if there's a few light airplanes taking off. Piper Navajo. Jim Jambird says the Summit Air RJ is inbound. Okay, very good. Summit RJ inbound. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show, Jim Jam. Yeah, they've got the forward air stairs down on the Convair. Well, come on, Convair. Yeah, nice to see you, Jim Jam. Thanks for coming to the show. I wish it was a little bit busier for us. It is what it is. As I say, I've got the weather to contend with. I didn't want to be running the show or even canceling the show 100% because of rain. And I can see rain. I'm going to show you guys something right now, just so you're aware of what we're up against here. Look at this. Look at this, guys. As I bring the camera over here, that's rain, I believe, right here. So the rain is literally right there. And it was forecast to have light passing bands of rain. And I did not want to do the show at the regular time and have to suffer with rain. So that is a consideration. And that's why I decided to do the show early today. And include the Convair 580s and just do the best we could. That was the idea behind that. So here comes an Air Canada A320 heading to Edmonton. So Jim Jam Bird says we have significant cascading flow delays and cancellations here at YVR. Exactly. It's been so quiet. This is like a very quiet airport now. Very few departures. Oh, is there a fox? That's a fox. Can you guys see the fox on the runway? Look at him. Little fellow. Very cute. I saw the fox. There's up and away. And it goes right above my head. Where's the fox? Can we see it, I wonder? Gone. The fox is gone. The fox has vanished. I'm looking for the fox, but I don't see the fox. Let's have a look at our Convair. Any news with our Convair? Nope. Nothing there. No. Saab 340 on the runway right now, coming towards us. I can see some birds buzzing about. He landed. Okay. Back to let's have a look at the Convair. See if there's any news on the Convair. They have a tow tug in front of the Convair, but they don't have the stairs up. Actually. So yeah. Air Canada A321 turning on to the active right now. Down at the button right there. A321 is heading to Toronto. MiG-17 says we got to get to school now. Thank you for showing up, MiG-17. Have a very good school day. And one AvGeek girl says, was it a fox or a coyote? Yeah, whatever it was, the coyote or fox has a great view for plane spotting. Lucky devil. So here comes the A321 heading to Toronto, flight 104. Up and away. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's an A321 of Air Canada. Climbing towards us majestically. Okay. No other airplanes taxiing out right this moment. All's quiet on the Western Front. All's quiet. Oh, there's something taxiing in the distance. Something in the far distance. It's a flare. It is a flare. And let's have a look at our Convair. Stairs down. Tug attached. I don't know, did it go tech? Did it go tech? YVR Gopher says it's me, waving at you from the window, okay? Yeah, as I say, it looks like this airplane's ready to push back, but they haven't brought the stairs up, and I don't see anybody around it. So, I don't know. Maybe it's gone tech. Maybe it's not flying. Maybe today's one of the days that they're only going to do 2 Convair departures. I haven't a clue. I'm gobsmacked. RJ on final. Yes, RJ on final. Very nice. Always nice to have an RJ on finals. I don't see it, but I'm sure it is out there. I don't even see landing lights, but it's maybe going to show up in just a second. Rampies went for a coffee break. That's probably what's going on here. Or is it labor action? Did they go on strike? You never know. Hopefully it's a coffee break. It's like they just vacated the place. The Rampies are like just vanished. Okay, I see the landing lights on the RJ. So thanks for the heads up on that. I'm thinking maybe this flight's not going to happen because it's now coming up on 7:47. And usually I think this Convair would be gone or leaving by now. So I'm guessing it's not going to fly today, unfortunately. It would have been moving by now, in my opinion. In my professional Convair opinion, it would have been action by now, and it isn't. So at least we've got let's get the RJ. Here's the RJ coming down, bearing down on us. Short-fueled performer. It's down nicely. It's not going to be coming rolling down the runway with buckets like a 707, but it's down. It's rolling towards us nicely. This is the Summit RJ in from Nanaimo's Cassidy Airport, RJ 100, Summit Flight 8394. They departed Nanaimo 16 minutes ago. Yeah, we all love a 146. There it is, making the turn off. Heading to the south side. Yeah, it's heading to the south terminal. Yeah, runway 26 is a rare thing in the morning. Quite rare. Okay, I think we have maybe some action on the Convair. I thought I saw somebody milling about there. Maybe it was just wishful thinking. Oh well. I'll be a monkey's uncle. We've got a jet rolling towards us. It's Flair heading to Calgary. There he goes. Belly advertising. Okay. And I think this is this next one is Porter heading to Toronto. Well, yeah, we're definitely hoping YVR Gopher has a very successful and fun trip to Calgary. That sounds terrific. That sounds wonderful. And And yes, Lee Davies, we definitely need an AN-124. I'll take an IL-76. AN-124, but IL-76 would be just fine and dandy. No complaints. Happy for an IL-76 to come our way. Hello, Chris Scapulu, who misses seeing the RAF 146 going into Northolt. He says the Falcon 900 doesn't do it for me. Well, no, you can't compare a Falcon 900 to a 146. The AE 146 is in a league of its own compared to a Falcon, in my opinion. Okay, well, here we have the Porter 302 getting airborne right now, heading to Toronto. There it goes. Yeah, that's as far as I can pan it, really. You'll hear it go above my head. Yeah, it's above my head. There we go. Air Canada. Okay. Beach 1900, I guess, and then followed by an Air Canada 302 heading to Montreal. Yeah, the rain is just over Richmond right now. I can see it. So we've kind of been lucky that we've avoided the rain up to now, which is good. Excellent, if I dare say so. That's a noisy Beach 1900D making all that noise. Hello, Jairo Rueda. Welcome to the show, Jairo. Nice to see you here. Thank you for tuning in with us. John Probert says the Queen's Flight Whirlwind Wessex Gazelle HS748 missed the past. Yes, Queen's Flight, yes. They're a nicely painted aircraft, the Queen's Flight. Now the King's Flight. Here comes Air Canada Max. Best I can do. Beach 1900. Let's have a look at the Convair, see if there's any sign of any activity on the Convair. Anything. Any faint hope on the Convair. Nothing. Dead as a doorknob. Dead as a doorknob. Okay. Well. Air Canada A220 heading to Calgary, flight 202. Lee Davies says, by the way, Henry, remember when you did the card pack giveaway? By the way, remember when you did the card pack giveaway, did you look up Greenland Shark for the first giveaway? No, Lee, I'm sorry, I did not. It's not something I got around to doing. Greenland Shark, I'll take a screenshot of this so I can remind myself to do that. Greenland Shark. So I can do that. Thank you for the reminder, Lee. I'll look at that now that I've got a screenshot of this on my phone. On the approach end right now. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that other Convair is just absolutely dead as a doorknob. It's very strange. I was hoping that we'd get 3 Convairs today. We got 2. Well, what can I say? Hello, Chris. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, Chris. I appreciate it. Cessna landing. Looks like a Cessna 172. Just hoping for something, right? I mean, it's been incredibly quiet today. There's a few bits and pieces there. 2-8s and a 37. Flare. There's the Cessna coming off the active and flare turning on to the runway. Oh well. Way off in the distance, we have flare flight 1888 heading to LAX. Should be rolling shortly. There it is. Q400 turning onto the active behind it. Q400 is next. Some biz jets there as well on this side, as you can see. Some biz jets lined up. There's the Q400 already airborne. Coming right at us. That's as far as I can pan the camera up. Oh, the battery's collapsing. Like, it went from 40% to 0. I have to do a battery change very fast, guys. 10, 9,